It's meal prep day again, so let's meal prep healthy breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner that will get you 100 grams of protein per day. I'm making breakfast, snack, and dinner for both my boyfriend and I, and then lunch just for myself since I work from home and my boyfriend eats at his workplace this week. Let's start by making breakfast. You wanted more savory breakfast recipes, so today we are prepping breakfast burritos. First, I'm cracking 14 eggs into a bowl. I add a pinch of salt and pepper and whisk. Then I cook 3 chopped bell peppers and a lot of spinach on a lightly greased skillet for about 10 minutes. Then I set the veggies aside and pour the egg mixture into the greased skillet and let it cook for a few seconds undisturbed. Then I pull a spatula across the bottom of the pan to form soft curds of scrambled eggs. When the eggs are beginning to set, I add some low-fat shredded cheese, chives, and some chili flakes, and continue to stir until the cheese is fully incorporated and the eggs are fully set. Then I build the burritos. For my burritos, I use gluten-free tortillas, and for my boyfriend, I use regular ones. I first add some turkey, and the cooked bell pepper and the spinach, and lastly the scrambled eggs. Then I fold the burritos, place in an airtight container, and store in the fridge. You could also freeze these. Reheat a burrito on a pan or in the microwave in the morning. Such a tasty breakfast idea. I've been loving making salad jars lately, so I'm making Caprese style salad jars for lunch. First, I cook some quinoa. Then I add all the ingredients for the dressing into a small container. 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 3 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, and a pinch of salt and pepper. Then I pour the dressing into the bottom of each jar. Next, I add the cooked quinoa, which is a great source of fiber and also contains some protein. Then I add some mini mozzarellas, and chickpeas, lots of arugula, and grape tomatoes. Salad jars are the best way to meal prep salads because the dressing is in the bottom so the veggies won't get soggy. and lastly, a handful of fresh basil. I store the jars in the fridge. Before serving, I pour the salad into a bowl and mix all the ingredients together. Super simple and so delicious. You guys asked for a high-protein brownie recipe, so that will be our snack. These brownies are super easy to make. First, I add all the ingredients into a blender. If you don't have a blender, you could also just mash the bananas in a bowl and add the rest of the ingredients and stir. Then I just blend all the ingredients together. Next, I pour the mixture into a baking dish lined with parchment paper. I sprinkle some 80% dark chocolate chunks on top. Then I bake the brownies at 180 Celsius degrees, 350 in Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes. I cut the cooled brownies into pieces and store in an airtight container in the fridge. These brownies are super moist, fudgy, and contain over 16 grams of protein per serving. For dinner, you wanted to see a chicken burger recipe, so we'll make crispy chicken burgers. I've already posted a vegan burger recipe. I add the link to the description box. First, I crack 2 eggs into a bowl. Then to another bowl, I add crushed gluten-free cornflakes, which will make the crispy coating. Then I season the chicken breasts with paprika spice, salt, pepper, and chili flakes. I dip the chicken breasts first in the egg mixture and then in the cornflakes. Make sure that they are fully covered in the cornflakes. Then I place them onto a baking pan lined with parchment paper. I bake the chicken at 200 Celsius degrees, 390 in Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. Meanwhile, I make the sauce. First, I add Greek yogurt, which makes the sauce super creamy. Then I add some Dijon mustard, ketchup, light mayo, one and a half teaspoons of paprika spice, pinch of chili powder, and lastly a pinch of salt. I don't prep the burgers completely ready because the vegetables would get soggy, so I only prep the sauce and the chicken. So before serving, I just reheat the chicken on a pan and build the burgers. I used my homemade gluten-free hamburger buns. I add the link to the recipe to the description box. This time I used some oat flour in them and they turned out so good. Then I add the fillings, the crispy chicken, the sauce, some jalapenos, lettuce, and tomatoes. You can serve this with a side salad, for example. These burgers are full of flavor. You have to try them out. And here are all the ready meals. Those were all the meals I meal prepped today, and as always, the written recipes are in the description box. Let me know in the comments what kind of recipes you want to see next. Hope you tried the recipes. Enjoy!